2 years ago in 2022, I had to go to a mental wellness facility because I was dealing with a lot of depression. You do have to find a balance because you are not only, you got to market yourself in ways that are approachable and attractive, but you also don't want to be fake. Like, it can be hard. Mm-hmm. I remember there were times when I was up at the mental wellness facility when I just was crying while I was writing in my journal, putting in the notes, writing everything that I needed to. Please, if you have the means to get therapy and you're feeling low, please go and do it.
So how do you stay true to yourself, man? When everybody out there in this world is trying to change you to be something else, how do you stay Bobby?
Oh, man, well, I mean, I definitely... In some cases, you do have to find a balance. Yeah. Because you are not only, you got to market yourself in ways that are approachable and attractive, but you also don't want to be fake. Yeah. Because I'm currently working as a real estate agent for Keller Williams and Buckhead. Come on, and so I have to, I do it back then before I was working for them. I could post me being a little too much of a bad boy on social media and whatnot, but now I also have to absolutely keep my image while staying true to myself. Keep yourself professional, but also make sure that you don't lose yourself. They
keep an eye on that from you, Keller Williams.
I wouldn't say, no, I wouldn't say so. Oh, okay. I wouldn't say they keep an eye on that, but when you're having to represent a client, just pretty much any client, and when you're having to represent the company, you never, you might have some clients and customers who will be like, okay, who is this person that I'm going to be working for? And if they see this is the guy that, am I really going to trust that guy? But I guess when it comes to an actor, you want to at least show that you're fun and that you can be a delight to work with. You might be a delight to work with on set, and maybe play the character.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting. Just real quick before we dive deeper, how'd that come about? How does acting in real estate? How do they cross paths?
I'm not saying this is going to happen for everybody. But I do actually know quite a few actors who are currently also doing real estate. One of them is also from my same brokerage. I forgot this guy's name, but he was recently in a Netflix series. Oh, and
interesting.
Yes, he presents himself very well. Very, very clean, very, very great guy. Huh. But yeah, it's in some cases you need that money maker, because obviously a lot as a struggling actor, you're not going to get booked all the time. So you need to have that steady flow of income, and you need to make sure that it's a good steady flow of income. Right. I have a friend down in Florida. She is doing waitressing. One of my closest friends here in Atlanta, she's got her own production company going, and she's also working for Lifetime. Oh. So it's just about being able to make that money. And back then for me, it was being a delivery driver, up until, of course, I decided to quit for personal reasons and get into real estate. So at that point, it's a matter of doing what you can to keep yourself financially stable and afloat until you are finally dead set and good and making that steady and flow with acting.
I understand. Yeah, I can imagine it's a interesting battle, balancing it all. Yes, I mean, I'm coming from what I do. Yeah, it can be a little tough. You got to find ways to kind of just keep things afloat. So how do you handle negative criticism, or do you still get bothered by it? I
did a YouTube video last summer, and I had it was some kind of it was a YouTube video where it was like a matchmaking YouTube video where they would the ladies would judge based on how good we looked shirtless or something like that. And I remember I had a lot of people coming onto my TikTok just being like, oh my god, I saw you on this thing, and I had two different haters, like one of them being like, oh well, you're still single. Like, well, I was dating somebody, I'm dating somebody now. This was back in December. I'm like, well, I'm dating somebody now, so it doesn't matter. And there was another one who's just like, it doesn't matter, he's hideous. Like, okay, but yeah, no, they'll come at you. They will come at you, just like.
It's not funny, but dang, people are so mean. What the heck?
And it's like, I'm sorry, how pathetic and miserable are you to like want to like beat down on a random person you don't know?
People just project how they feel.
For real, that's what I told the one girl who insulted me, who like, and especially when their profile pictures don't even have their own face on them, and it's just something that like
just a troll account. Yeah, exactly. Can't take those people seriously, man. Okay. Does it bother you?
It sometimes did, because we're all human. An easy report will like just get them off, but yeah, sometimes it would get to me just a little bit, but at the same time, I had to remember, like, you know what, you're somebody who's just not having a good day. You're honestly at this point insignificant to like the people in my life who, even you like saying thank you for being so nice to me. All like, you matter way more to me than just some random person who just wants to insult.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you, Marcel.
Oh man, no, thank you.
Yeah,
brother.
of course.
Of course. When you're an actor, have you ever had a role where you felt some sort of like backlash? Has negative feedback came from acting, like taking on particular roles? Have you had to deal with any negative backlash?
I will say there. I will normally do my best to not take on a role before I say, like, you know what, this could probably be negative. There were actually two roles that I ended up turning down after I had read the script.
Why'd you turn them down?
They were just not good.
Okay.
That is all I will say.
Okay, you're a nice guy. Okay.
I'm a nice guy. That is all I would say. They were either just I definitely wasn't right for it, or it was definitely a role that I was just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm not. I really don't want to do it, because at that, like, not only do you have to invest your time into like putting yourself into that character, but also into that role, but then you also have to promote the thing, and you always have to talk positively about it, and I do not want to be that fake for a project that I know I would not be proud of. And of course, like, I also just don't want to invest my time. So, if there's a note that you guys want to take from this, like, if you genuinely feel that a role is just not right for you, then don't do it, because, you don't want to have to exert so much energy trying to like put yourself into a character that you do not vibe well or mesh with. It is very taxing. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you, is there a balance to it? Like, how do you find a balance between accepting the criticism and ignoring it? Like, or like, are there techniques or anything that you do to kind of keep your mind focused or grounded? You gotta
in some cases you have to figure out the differences between constructive criticism and just plain negativity altogether. You can either tell me that you can tell me my performance sucked, sure, but at least please tell me why it sucked. Like, were there things that I maybe could have done better? Is there things that maybe you'd like to see out of me? If you're just going to tell me that, you didn't like my performance and you can't give me something constructive to come out of that, then I'm sorry, I'm not gonna, there's no reason for me to listen to you.
Right, of course.
But obviously, could it hurt me a little? Yeah, sure. Like I said, I'm only human.
Right. Let me ask you this. So, at what point in your life did you have to learn to stop caring so much about what other people think? Or is there a defining moment that you went through and you were like, man, I can't care about these folks no more?
In some cases, I'm still working through that. It's definitely something that I'm still working through. I'm definitely gonna get into therapy soon. I've been avoiding therapy for probably a little over a year now, it has not been good on my mental health whatsoever.
Goodness, man.
Yeah. So
was it a particular incident that made it unbearable or something, or is it just an accumulation of a lot of things?
It can be an accumulation. I will say I was 2 years ago in 2022 I had to go to a mental wellness facility because I was dealing with a lot of depression and some trauma, and
2022. Okay.
Yeah, I was there for a minute, and I managed to put in the hard work to make sure that I got better and got out of there. And then I had to keep that work going when I was going to intensive outpatient. And after that, I really should have just kept in line with my therapy because it helped me for a good time. It got me to a better place. Because I put in the work. It was hard work just to help myself feel better again, feel better to live.
You're right.
Again. But when you don't continuously put in that work, it is just, everything is just going to pile on and is going to be very unbearable.
Oh man. Why'd you stop going to the therapy?
My stupid excuse was because I got busy, which really, there's 24 hours in every single day of the week.
Yeah.
Like that's no excuse. I could have easily just found a time, and I was studying for my real estate courses.
Oh, okay.
So, please, if you have the means to get therapy and you're feeling low, please go and do it. I know I can't practice I know I can't preach what I don't practice right now, but I promise I will absolutely get into that. Because it is something that has really just boiled over to me, and I need to be better about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. So, okay, yeah, a lot of people, it's up in the air of does therapy work or does it not work? But I guess it sounds like from you that it works. For you, it works, is what you're saying. Like 100%. You found it to be working when you work on.
If it will work when you put in the work.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are not fully immersing yourself, like, it can be hard. I remember there were times when I was up at the mental wellness facility when I just was crying while I was writing in my journal, putting in the notes, writing everything that I needed to. And I was always scared. Like, I was always anxious to go through that because I hated feeling all of these emotions. But, everything, it's kind of like a sickness. Like, you just gotta write it out.
Yeah.
And in some cases, the best medicine would be the work that you put in, and, you'll be able to live with it.
I hear you on that, man. Jeez, okay. Man, well, I hope that things turn around for you, man, or, from that moment. But, yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me find a question. Hey, man, that went to a different place than I thought I was going to go. You okay? Goodness. Okay, all right. Man, all right. Okay.
No, I'm hoping it's good for your viewers.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, man. I appreciate you being honest. Most people hide the honesty.
Yeah, no, because mental health is something that definitely needs to be talked about more.
It is.
And especially, definitely, especially to the men out there, guys, if you're listening, please go out and get help, because I noticed, and apparently statistically, more men follow through with suicides.
They do.
When it comes, more men follow through with suicides than women in the U.S. If I got that statistic wrong, by all means, call me out on it. But I did notice when I was up in Nashville at the mental wellness facility, two-thirds of the people there were women, and 1/3 of the patients there were men. Like, they had to separate. They had to like put the women in 2 different rooms when it came to like group therapy in the mornings, and then all the men were just confined into one room that's like pretty much the size of this room. So like,
dang,
that's how much men are not taking care of their mental health. You know, because even, you know, us when we're growing up, I don't think it happened. I know it didn't happen to me, because thank God I have a great loving father. But you know, a lot of boys are told growing up, like, no, you, like, real men don't cry. You just gotta shove it down. Yeah. You're not supposed to talk or do anything about it, and that's
Okay, man. So, I mean, what happened? Not what happened, but when did you realize you needed to go? See, get some therapy.
I got into a low place to the point where I tried to off myself, and
Goodness, man.
one of my closest friends, she gave me 2 options. It was either call the cops and they would send me to just a mental hospital, whatever mental hospital, which they are awful here in Georgia.
Oh, are they?
They are terrible.
What makes them terrible? Like, what makes them terrible?
They don't treat you like a patient. They just treat you like another number. They don't care about how you're doing. I was in one back in 2016, and it was just a living hell. I hated being in there every single day.
Dang. That's the opposite of what it's supposed to be doing, huh? Wow.
Okay. I won't say which hospital it was, but I remember just having to force myself to not cry in there, because I was worried, like, okay, what if I start crying and then they think that I need to stay here for longer. And then years later, I remember going onto the reviews for that mental hospital, and somebody had said that, like, he was crying one time, and one of the nurses told him, hey, if you keep crying, we're going to keep you here longer. And I was like, I am glad I did not cry. Holy cow. My intuition was correct. So yeah, that's how it is for some of the mental hospitals in Atlanta. I was like, I'm not going back. So she said, either I'm going to call the cops and they're going to put you in whatever mental hospital, or you voluntarily agree to go to a place that is meant to help you out and to rehabilitate you. And so I was like, okay, well, you're not really giving me much of a choice. So
she's a good friend.
She's a really great one.
Okay.
Love her for that. She's like my sister.
Oh man. Okay.
But yeah, I remember at first I didn't want to do it. But then it's it's funny. I made it to, I remember watching, and this is where being an actor comes into play. I remember the weekend before I went into mental treatment, they had just aired the last episode of The Walking Dead. And you know how they have those talk shows after those episodes, and one of the actors, oh God, I forgot his name, but I think it's Aaron. I'll remember it at some point. It's gonna come back to me. But I remember he had been talking about, like, how being in the show, like, ended up, like, bringing him back to life, like,
really?
Like coming back. And so I was like, you know what, I really want that for myself. And so I was like, I do have a future, maybe in film, hopefully, and I want to manifest that. And so that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna put in all the work that I need to do to, like, make sure I get better again so I can be out.
Man, what does that work look like?
Definitely therapy. I think it was like therapeutic session once a week, but I don't know, it was a lot. Like, they would have yoga, they would have, like, music therapy, sound therapy. there was like, I remember I really wish I could have done like the sound frequency therapy a little more, because that was very nice.
Oh,
people do red light therapy where you just sit in front of a red light for like minutes. And
interesting.
I got so bored.
It sounds.
It got so bored.
Hey man, if it's helping somebody,
it's helping somebody. Hey, if it works for you,
hey,
great.
Man.
I'm just
sounds interesting. You know,
it just didn't work for me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Hey man, it's helping somebody.
It's helping. It's helping a lot of people. You know what?
Yeah.
If it's something that they put in everything, then you know what? Good for you. I really wish I had your patience. Whoever it works for, go you. You guys are so lucky. My God. But I remember just sitting in front of that red light for 10 minutes, be like, I'm gonna try to listen to some music in my brain. Oh my God, I don't remember the lyrics. Okay, screw it. I'll just listen to the music. Now I forgot the music.
Dang, man. That's interesting. What I mean, if you don't mind, what does a day-to-day look like in a mental health facility? Like,
in a mental,
what are they like?
Well,
waking up, is it?
Yeah, no,
routine?
you gotta wake up. They'll wake you up for breakfast. You got your morning things with one of the therapists, and then it's kind of like a college.
Okay.
Almost.
Okay.
You got your classes, you got lunch, you got dinner. And what was great was like there were a lot of people who were vibing with each other. Definitely, thank God it wasn't like in a mental hospital. It's just, ugh, like they do not. Yeah, they barely did anything for us there. So I remember when I got out of the mental hospital, the one thing that I learned was it wasn't like get better for yourself again. It was just don't ever get low to the point where they have to send you back.
Oh. Because
it's just that awful. So
what happens when they send you back? Do they does it change, or you just go through the same
I guess
motions?
You have to go through the same motions.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't sound very helpful.
Yeah, no, it's not. They're just there to, collect the money for you being in there.
Like all health.
And it sucks because I remember I remember being admitted. So the basic, normally when you get put into a mental hospital, they say, okay, you are there for 72 hours, and then, if you're good, then you're free to go.
72 hours.
72 hours. Okay. Here's the thing. I was there for like almost 6 days.
Oh, okay.
So I really hated it because I remember getting put into the mental hospital at noon on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that didn't count.
Oh.
So my full 72 hours did not start till Saturday.
Huh.
Sunday by law does not count.
Oh, it sounds tricky. Okay.
So then finally Monday and Tuesday counted. But by then I remember just slowly inside kind of losing it a little bit more, because I was like, oh my God, I felt like I was never gonna get out of there, because there had been people who had already been there for like 40 days.
40 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I was like, oh my God, like, how long are they gonna keep me in here? Because this is a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is terrible. Thankfully,
Wow.
I met a few good people in there, but still, the way that they like separate you, and like even one of my first roommate, he was great. Second roommate was a little too much, to the point where I had to request to be like sent to a different place. But well, not a different hospital, but just to a different room. But
right.
Yeah, finally Wednesday I got released. Released like it was a big deal. But yeah, I finally was able to be let out on Wednesday, and yeah, at that point I remember just getting out and crying, because I was just like, when I finally got to a bed at a hotel, I remember cried, because it was just like this, my bed was legit just like a foam brick.
Okay.
It was awful. I could not sleep at night. I remember requesting 4 pillows and I still couldn't sleep. And yeah, so to finally have something comfy and not be in that place was just great. And
man,
when
things we take for granted.
Yeah, and when I got out of the mental wellness facility, I was still just like, I'm better now. So there's definitely a difference.
Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Man, okay. And to be honest, this is not to be bringing up bad memories.
Yeah, no.
It's just...
If I can help whoever, go for it.
I appreciate you being transparent, man, because these things rarely get talked about, you know? Most people are not that transparent or open with people. Everybody's all smiles and giggles on Instagram and social media, you know? We all going through things, you know?
Yeah.
So you only show people what you want to show them. But switching things up, man. So what would be that role to, like, bring you to life, you know, like, that give you that oomph again? Like, what role would you want?
Oh man, man, that's a good one. I would just, yeah, I feel like anybody. Oh, well, I wouldn't say anybody. Oh shoot, man. Obviously, I would love to do a role that's kind of sort of like me, where I'm just like popping off snarky jokes, maybe being a little sarcastic every now and again. Yeah, I remember growing up, I'm actually a black level 4 first degree black belt in Taekwondo, so I would love something with like a little bit of like physical combat. I guess maybe some kind of like action guy, something like that, or just some tech wizard. It's just, I don't know, something that's like me. And then eventually I do want to do a character that's kind of something not like me at all, and that way I would be able to like flex my acting muscles, because being an actor, it's about playing a character who isn't you, and I feel like I would like to like journey into that a little more, of playing like somebody who I'm not gonna like inject too much of myself in, but like just enough to make it my own character.
Okay. Interesting, man. Okay. Acting, you think you're on the right path?
I would hope
with
so.
Acting?
I would hope so. I'm I just started working as a real estate agent last month.
This is super fresh.
It's super fresh.
Yeah. You haven't even, I'm assuming, sold a house yet.
No.
That's
no.
Okay.
No. And by all means, I will leave my information, and if any of you are in the Atlanta metro area and are looking to buy or sell a house, or if you know anybody who's looking to buy or sell a house, please contact me. Send me a message on my Instagram at Bobby Don't Do That, please, by all means.
Bobby Don't Do That.
Yeah.
Have you thought about making a separate one for
business? Absolutely.
For real estate?
It's definitely gonna happen.
Okay. I noticed most people have done that when they start selling, but okay. All right. And I think I know the answer, but is there one you would prefer to take off more, acting or real estate?
Definitely. Obviously, my goal in life is to be an actor to the point where, I'm...
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, definitely acting. But for now, we all have to be realistic. So,
we do.
For now, I am more focused on getting my real estate career going. And whatever roles I get in the meantime, fantastic. Right. Whatever builds my resume, whatever I can add to my video reel, and whatever just gets me out there. Okay.
Well, which one in this moment? Obviously the long term you answer, but in this moment right now, and I'm just digging a little bit. But what would come first? So you get a phone, you get two phone calls, one for, I don't know, an acting gig that was decent, obviously paying decent gig, whatever, or a house. Some of them, hey man, I need you at the table to sign the papers to make this money. At a comparatively decent role, which one would you run to?
By comparatively decent,
comparatively. I don't know how you compare a house sale to acting gig.
It's like the thing. Like I love acting so much.
I can tell you do. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you gotta do what you love to do. Oh man, like I mean, if it's like a really, oh man, but you said decent.
Okay, let's up the stakes. I don't know. What about even bigger? Like, I don't know. Marvel call for something? Versus...
Oh, yeah, no, obviously
right,
Marvel.
I didn't even get to the other one out. Okay, all right. Well.
Yeah, Marvel. I mean, look, even Kit Harington, who, if you guys know, he played Jon Snow on Game of Thrones, and he did a role on the Marvel movie Eternals. He even recently confessed, like, I didn't do the role for Eternals because it was a different character. No, I did it because it was Marvel, and if Marvel calls, you answer. You know?
Of course. Okay, I didn't even get the other house price out, but okay, it's Marvel.
It's
right.
Marvel. You know,
All
you gotta.
right, okay.
You know, if I'm gonna be acting for Marvel, like, yeah, it's because obviously that's gonna definitely, hopefully, open the door for more opportunities.
Sounds. I mean, most definitely. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that was too easy. Okay, all right, got you. All right, let's just go with acting. All right, cool. You love to act.
I love acting.
Okay, man.
I love you, Keller Williams. I love you guys.
Of course, we all do. I love Keller Williams too. I've worked with him in the past. They're great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used some agent from Keller. Melissa Merrick from Keller Williams. She bought. Used her to buy my house, and I used to like shoot a lot of photography for Keller Williams. They had like what's it called? The meetings that they would have. It was like a
team meeting,
sales
wait,
conference or something. I forgot what it's called. And it was a small, simple word too. And it's purple. I forgot. Dang. Anyway, Keller Williams is great.
Yeah,
they really are. Like, no jokes. So, in a field that's as competitive as acting, okay, how do you keep from comparing yourself to others? Or especially with social media, acting, social media. Ooh, social media is hard enough. Acting just adds another layer to it.
Yeah, man, because, I'll be completely honest, and I am pretty sure that we have all been in that spot where, we'll see some of our friends or some of our people, like, who we know who are like, oh, hey, look at me, I'm in this state right now. Look, yep. I got my own trailer. I'm working on this project right now. And then you're like, what am I doing? That's what am I doing? That's like, why am I not there? Why am I not like doing that? And so, you have your tiny little moment of, boohoo, but then you have to remind yourself that you are on your own journey. You have your own path, and you just have to keep putting in the work to eventually make it to that point. And I still haven't gotten to the point of having I did have one time where I did manage to have my own like little honey wagon trailer.
Oh, fancy. Okay.
But like it was just for like a movie as a featured extra. Oh. I was like one of two extras for a scene, so they managed to like give me one of our guys just our own thing. So it felt nice. It felt really great.
Yeah. You want to at least feel it.
Yeah. But at that point it's just a matter of playing to your own strengths and reminding people why you should stand out and why what makes you stand out should absolutely be on camera.
What do you think makes you stand out? Like, what are you good at?
For now, it's just my hair. For now, it is just my hair.
Hey, man, trust me, I'm jealous. But I'm sure it's more than your hair, man. You being hard on yourself. Because I've seen you on set. Like, hey, man, you stood out to me.
Thank you.
I'm thinking specific. Man, what movie was that? It was something with SVS and Miles. And, like, it's just the thing that's coming to my mind. But you were in this. We were shooting a scene. There was, like, a long tracking shot. And it was you. And there was a small group, I believe. And you know how you remember feelings and not necessarily sometimes the details. So I'm trying to remember it as I'm telling you. But you were like, and I remember we didn't have lines. So you were like ad-libbing. And I was like, this was funny.
Was it in the moment?
I don't believe because I know you were in that. I don't believe it was in the moment. I didn't, or maybe it was. I didn't shoot in the moment. Man, this sucks. I can't even remember the freaking moment. But I know we like came from down the hall and we like circled around. You were like in like I don't know if it was like AA meeting or something like that. It was like in a church or something. And I think we were shooting interviews that day too. And it was like this long shot we had. Anyway, and you were in it. You were in the ad lib. You were doing some ad lib. It was funny. That's all I'm trying to say. Screw the situation. I can't remember, but it was funny and it was great. And I remember that moment. And I was like, man, this dude Bobby is pretty good. You know, I wish I could remember it though, man.
I was in a hallway and they were like carrying me out or something like that, and I was just yelling something or.
Dang, no, man, this sucks.
Because I got cut out. I remember I got cut. I had a speaking line and in the moment, and it got cut out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like when I first met Miles and doing things, and I think he had probably already. That's when I just started working with him, so I don't even remember all of the stuff. Yeah, I did meet you there too, though. Right, I remember. Yeah, because I remember I did meet you. You were shooting. I was shooting like BTS. You were in like a back room, and they were shooting the scenes with DeMarcus with the classroom scene and things. Anyway, anyway, man, you're good, and you're selling yourself short. That's the point. You're selling yourself short. You got more than some hair. So let's try this again, man. So what are you good at, man? What do you what makes Bobby great?
Man, that's always because I don't want to be like, oh well, obviously it's my personality. I don't want to do that. Because I do always love to stay humble, you know, and you know, you gotta know that balance between being being conceited and being humble, and I like to
choose humble.
I choose humility.
Oh,
so I'm so far right now. It's just in some cases the way I carry myself, the way that I absolutely, you know, the way that I treat other people.
Oh man,
you know, I'm always. Guy. I just wanna. I always just if I can make at least one person smile every day, then I know that I have at least done my job in this earth.
Man. I want to be like, nah, forget that, but you're a good guy, you know? So you're right. I hear you. You think that's working for you? You know, this industry, it rarely rewards those that are nice and, you know, have some sort of humanness to them, you know?
You know, I just got a message. I just got a text from a friend of mine this morning. She texted me saying that she had just bought me a gift because she knew that I was having a really rough time on set last week, just because I had so many things just piling on, to the point where I could not make it to the last day on set as a production assistant.
Oh man.
And she knew what I was going through. A few of my friends on set knew what I was going through, and she was so sweet. She sent me a text saying, hey, I actually just bought you something. I can't wait to give it to you because I know you're going through a lot and I want you to be okay. So it's...
Man, you got good people around you.
I have great people. I have really amazing people around me, and I am thankful for every single one of them that at least like look out for me and care. And yeah. So
man,
I think I know I'm doing something right.
That's rare. Definitely need it. So yeah, okay. How about the importance of having a good support system, man? Like, where would you be? Do you think you would? I don't want to say the word "be" here, but do you think?
No, it's the right. It's definitely the right word.
Goodness.
I mean, I remember I had told my good friend who got me into the mental wellness thing. I remember when New Year's came up, I had told her like that was 2022 was gonna be. I had decided that was gonna be my last Christmas. And so, you know, having that good support system of people who want you to stay and know your value.
Your last Christmas?
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
I was.
Dang, man.
I did not. Yeah, no.
Goodness, Bobby.
Importance
man.
of mental health, guys. Importance of mental health.
It's very important, man.
Yeah. So I had. Yeah. So at that point, always have a good support system. If there are people who aren't wanting for you to be in a better place, who want what's best for you, who are just absolute haters, who are bringing you down, cut them off.
Please do.
You want people who will support you.
You do. You
and will be happy for you.
Yeah, man. Have you had to cut people off before?
I have.
Dang.
A few times. And
does it hurt? Or are you like, oh, I haven't done this before?
Sometimes. Like, there are some people who it's like, oh yeah, this is easy.
Yeah.
Peace.
I hear you. Yeah.
But then you have some where it's just like you have developed such a bond with them that yeah, it's just it can be hard to say goodbye, because it's like we developed a bond, but at the end of the day, you know, I love these parts about you, but at the end of the day, you know, a lot of your negatives have outweighed the positives, and that's just not good for me. So
I hear you. How do you go about doing that with people? Do you just ghost them? Do you actually have a sit down conversation with them?
I wouldn't say I've ghosted a few. I just stopped talking to them altogether, and then
naturally
just naturally happens in some cases. Just well,
meant to be then, it seems like. Dang, man. Okay, I appreciate the transparency, man, because there's some crazy people out there, man. How about affirmations? Do you believe in those? Do you practice affirmations?
I wish I did. I need to practice that more. Dang, I do practice a little bit. Okay, I guess like definitely at the gym. Okay. Especially at the gym when you're trying to get through that last rep. Mm-hmm. Like, nah, like you got this. Yeah, these are still sore.
Big swole guy, I hear you.
But yeah, definitely. Positive affirmations are good, and definitely taking care of yourself. After my recent breakout, I was still just like, look, whatever you do not get into a self-destructive mode for yourself. Don't do that to yourself. You gotta, you can, have your cry, but don't lose who you are because of it. And so I made sure to like not pig out too much, and I made sure to go to the gym like a day or two after something, and I just went really hard. So
goodness.
Yeah. So
okay, man, how do you not give up, man? How do you keep going? It seems like you've been to this dark place a few times. What keeps bringing you back? I'm asking for some advice too, because I go to these places as well, man. Yeah. Like I say, we all do. But what's you specifically? What's bringing you back? From not sinking so low,
Oh man, that's a good question. Sometimes you just have that little 1% inkling of hope inside your brain that's like, maybe I can make it to the next day, and maybe today I can do something good that will help me keep going. I'm very glad that I at least, even though I was going through a breakup last week, I still had my job as a production assistant going for me, where I was just surrounded by so many people who like were so kind-hearted and were like even asking me if I was doing okay and doing well without even knowing how it was. Because it's funny how some people can like they know your energy so well that like when something is off, like they can at least see that. And so I guess it's just the little bit of hope for me that keeps me going. And maybe that I can get to a good place, to an even better place than where I am right now, where it's just like, you know what, this is just a moment and a phase that I'm going through right now that will be brighter and happier on the other side.
I hear you on that, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, is this one of those low moments?
I'm currently going through a low moment right now. It's been a little tough, but thankfully I've had like a few people who have, like I said, like one of my friends who bought me a gift. Actually, another one bought me a gift while we were on set, and others who have reached out to me.
Goodness.
And even at the production party, I had one person come up to me and give me like just the biggest hug ever and tell me like, I know what you're going through, and you know, I'm here and we love you. And I remember the day that I had to be off set, thankfully I had somebody like invite me to do some yoga, which ended up being really good for me. I'll give a shout out to Kimberly Hamilton and her yoga. She teaches yoga. So go and check her out, because she provides a lot of great positive affirmations, and her sessions for yoga are just really fantastic.
Maybe I should try some. Okay.
Yeah, it's good for the body, and it's actually really good for the mind and the soul.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of good things for the mind and the soul, man, let me ask you this: what happened on December 2nd, 2016?
2016?
Yeah.
Oh, in December of 2016?
Yeah, December 2nd.
No, it wasn't. It might have been December. Might have been. It was like end of November, somewhere around there. But December, that is just yeah, that was just I'll just leave it at that was just a really dark night for me, where I also just did not want to be on.
Goodness, man.
It's a thing. It can be a thing, and I don't want to sound like one of those attention whatever, but it's just a thing, and a lot of people experience it, and if you want to dismiss that, go ahead, but I'll just let you know you're a real one if if you believe that stuff happens to people. It can come in waves, but that's the main reason why mental treatment, therapy, and all that is so important.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I have a friend who's actually willing to pay for some rounds of treatment for me right now. Like she's like, I need you to be in therapy. Like, I will pay for it. So I'm glad I have a friend like that right now.
You've mentioned a friend, and you said she a few times. Not that she is one person, but I guess that's what I'm asking. Is this she a one person, or is this multiple she friends that you have?
No, she like the main one. Yeah, the main good friend who who's willing to pay for my therapy. Am I allowed to give her a shout out here?
Yeah, of course. Hey, man,
yes, yeah. Samantha Van Sickle. She is one of the.
I wish I knew these people. Okay.
Yeah, she was in The Moment.
That was her? The main actress?
The main blonde in The Moment.
Okay. I haven't seen her since that shoot.
Yeah,
okay.
no, that was...
Oh, wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, no, we've been friends for... we've been friends for a while.
Oh, wow.
At this point.
Is that... You all met there, or before that you were already friends?
Yeah, we had met... the first day that she and I ever met was... it was like this... living room, like this house party scene, which unfortunately ended up being cut out of the movie.
Dang.
Yeah,
that was a house party, or was a montage of different scenes? Maybe.
No, different house party.
Oh, a different house party.
Like one of that, it was like a going away party.
Oh, okay.
It was a going, it was a going away party that they ended up deciding to reshoot to like a mansion or whatever. And so I was in two scenes. It was one at the beginning, and at one in the end. And what I hated, he was a bit of a fun character. I had to improvise, and he's basically just this perv who's like drunkenly telling her to like show. I don't. You can bleep me out. But basically, it was the character goes, "Show us your tits," and this was my first time meeting her. And I remember after the first take, I went up to her and I was like, look, just so you know, this is my character. I promise you, this is not me.
Right.
And then we, I think a few months later, we shot another scene where this guy had shown up to her, showcase, this acting showcase. And so he was screaming, like, show it, like, hey, like, show it. I'm here for her. And so because they had to reshoot the whole going away party thing, they had to remove my scenes. But we got closer when we got cast for another thing together. And so that's how we became closer. And now I absolutely adore that woman with
that's great,
all my heart.
Man.
She's the best sister from another mother that I've ever had.
That is great, because obviously I don't know her, to be honest with you, but that's great to hear, because you meet a person one time, and you're like, I wonder how they're a great person. Oh, okay, good. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
it's good to hear, man. Let me ask you, so what advice would you give actors wanting to get into the game of acting here in Atlanta?
First off, get good headshots. Do not get headshots from some random guy or one of your friends, or unless one of your friends is an industry standard,
right?
Make sure to do your research. If you go, thankfully certain agency websites will have this. You'll just go on their website and they will tell you these are the photographers that we trust and who we want you to take your photos from. And make sure you get some good headshots from them. Make sure you get your theatrical headshot, your commercial headshot. Make sure you have nice different looks. Some that can show your different personalities and different characters. Definitely lean into kind of your tropes, what you get.
Oh, okay.
What you get, what you can be put into. Me with the long hair. There was one set of headshots that I did where I just I'd shaved off my facial, most of my facial hair, and I just left the little chin stubble right there, and I put on a drug rug, which is basically it's a hoodie. Some of you guys will know that, and I just looked like one of those stoner guys. I did one where I shaved off my face and made sure I looked like a high schooler. So definitely lean into what you can be typecast as for your headshots. When you are looking up stuff in the agencies you're applying for, make sure to at least go through their client list so that you're not putting yourself in an agency that they have a lot of actors that look like you.
Oh yeah.
Because you might be like, oh well, I'm blonde, 5'7", I look like this, great. And then this agency has 10 other blondes that are 5'7" and look like you. So you're kind of, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. Go to an agency that doesn't have a lot of people who look like you. Get that headshots stuff in. And go out and I wouldn't say communicate, there's a word for it. Network. Network. One of the great ways to at least get a feel of how the industry is by doing some extras work. Doing extras work will help you out. You'll see how life is on set, and you will also be able to network much easily on there because you will meet other people who want to be actors and maybe want to do other projects. Definitely do more projects with your buddies. Maybe get together, brainstorm some ideas, and make some stuff together.
That was great advice.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this next thing. So what advice would you give someone that's, I guess, trying to keep it all together, navigating this thing? It can be a little rough sometimes, with all the issues that are being dealt with, like we spoke about before, the comparing yourself to others, things like that. And like I said, being an actor just kind of adds a whole nother layer to it. What advice would you give somebody, I guess, struggling with that situation?
Struggling with which?
I guess mental health. How about that? How would you recommend people keep it together?
Definitely, obviously have something that, first off, have a good support system.
Yep.
definitely, keep in touch with the people who love you. Have a hobby that you like to do that gives you comfort. Don't forget to take care of yourself as well. And I guess that's like, I mean, therapy, but I've already stated that. But that if you can't afford therapy for the time being, then make sure you just have a good support system, but also help put in the work for yourself so that you're not relying so much on the people around you, because the people around you can only do so much. It is you and you alone that can put the work in to make yourself get back to your good place again.
I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on my social media on Instagram and TikTok at Bobby Don't Do That. I currently have a little over 80,000 followers on TikTok.
Wait, really? On TikTok. Oh, okay.
On TikTok,
I did not even see a TikTok. What the heck? Okay. Are you more active on there than Instagram?
Yes.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
Why is that? What do you like about TikTok?
TikTok, I don't know. It's I need to get back on TikTok is just it's just a little I don't know. TikTok is just a little more fun to make videos with. If I'm on Instagram, it's mainly just gonna be me reposting memes on my story, because it's funny. I'll have a lot of great moments that I forget to record on my phone, and in some cases I'll be like, dang it, why didn't I get a photo of that? Why didn't I get a video? But at the same time, I'll also be proud of myself, because it's Bobby, you didn't do that because you were living in the moment.
Yeah, I hear you.
There's a lot of people who go to concerts, and most of the time in their concerts they'll just be recording the thing, and it's why don't you just it's right there, just experience it. But no, you have to live through your technology. Just live.
Just live. Yep. Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you think filmmakers and actors, do you consider you all content creators?
Yeah.
You do?
100%.
Okay. I was just
100%. Absolutely. Because you're an artist that's bringing something. You're bringing something to this world. You're bringing entertainment, some form of entertainment, to people's lives, and you are putting it out there for people to see. So absolutely.
I'm just curious, because some people have differing opinions on that.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you know how filmmakers are. A little bougie acting. We're better than those TikTokers or whatever. You know how they are. You know how some filmmaker people can be. So what are you working on next, man?
I currently have a short film. I've already written it. It's just a matter of getting the right director, getting the right producer, getting the right cinematographer for that. I'm very excited about it once I get the right people to make it, and once I have the money to produce it. I just finished working as a production assistant and acting in a project that whose name I completely forgot about. And yeah, I got real estate going for me so far, but I cannot wait to see what comes up. Miles did actually call me to be in his movie for something really quickly. I'm also I'm also acting in a movie that's filming right now called Controlled Chaos.
Controlled Chaos.
Yes.
Interesting name.
It is. It's been a very fun thing to work on.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. So I can't wait for that to come out. And yeah, I think that's it so far.
Okay, I mean, that's a lot. That's not bad.
Yeah.
What about 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, man? Or where do you want to be in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would love to be on a film set at like maybe 3 a.m, coming out of a like studio backlot where I'm seeing like the water tower, either Paramount or Warner Brothers, like just going back to my trailer or getting out just out of a studio and just leaving and seeing all the palm trees in the evening. Just, I would love to be on a studio set at some point, just acting my heart out and knowing that maybe I'm making some people laugh or cry or smile. So
Okay.
I hope I get there one day.
I think if you want it, you'll have it.
I gotta work for it.
Yeah, and willing to do the work. Yeah, I think you. I think you got it, man. If that's what you want, you can have it. Okay, man. Last part of this, just a few rapid fire questions. I'm just gonna ask you questions, and you kind of just answer them as fast as you can. So, I don't know if this is a weird question to ask. Is cat person or dog person?
Cat.
Cat person.
Cat. I do. Although I do have. I did have a cat. I had a cat for 19 years.
It was a cool cat.
Yeah, I had a cat for. Love cats. I had a cat for 19 years before he passed, and I had a dog previously for 13 years. I have another one right now, but I absolutely love cats. They're just cool.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if that question would. I didn't know because Rocky and Michi is how
Michi.
Michi is how yeah, man, you documented the heck out of your life with them two.
Yeah, my dog. After we had to put him down, I remember just feeling like I need to spend more time with my animals, and so I would take my cat to places, and he was actually a really great cat to take with me on trips because I would take my cat hiking, and I would never have to put him on a leash. He would always just follow me. And I was so happy for that. Great. So yeah, when he passed, he had actually lived for 20. His previous owners just abandoned him. So we took him in. I know we gave him the best 19 years of his life. Nice. So I was very happy for that.
I hear you, man. Yeah. That's really good. That's really nice stuff, man. Okay, Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
All right.
Marvel.
I kind of knew that already. LA or Atlanta?
Oh man. Look, I love living in Atlanta, but do I want to move to LA at some point? Yes. Oh, okay. Absolutely. I especially want to go back to the Museum of Death out in LA. I miss that place.
Museum of Death. It's interesting.
It's
what is it?
It is a museum that is filled with a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna say what's in it.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
But they won't let you take photos inside.
Oh, really?
It is very macabre.
Wow.
But yeah, definitely a lot of weird energy. There is one in New Orleans.
It sounds like some New Orleans stuff. Okay, yeah. Huh.
The OG was in LA. They managed to make one in New Orleans, but yeah, which I cannot wait to go back to. Love New Orleans.
Me too.
It's a magical place.
That's one way to describe it. Yeah. Yep. Would you rather be able to memorize all your lines or be the best improver of all time?
Memorize all my lines.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm already decent. I'm already pretty good at improvising, but like, if you're gonna, when you're going for movies and TV shows, it's like, you definitely gotta know that. Otherwise, you gotta be as professional as possible. So definitely memorizing lines. Okay, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be able to not feel physical pain anymore or emotional pain anymore?
Physical. Yeah. Emotion. I love to cry in movies and TV shows because it's like, I don't know, sometimes it's just a little cathartic and it's nice to feel that. Otherwise, what's the point of living if you can't feel those emotions?
Hey, brother, I totally hear you. All right, which company do you think hates their fans more, Disney or Warner Brothers?
Ooh,
that's a tough one.
Actually, it's not really, it's not that tough. Oh man, I hope I do not lose any rules for this. But
which one of them just don't give a damn?
At this point, I might have to go with Disney.
Yeah,
I'm having to go with Disney.
Oh man.
Last year, 2023 was not a good year for them, theatrically speaking. I mean, the only movie that could easily be considered a success was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was the only movie that made a profit. The other one that actually was like really close to like being considered a success was Elemental, which great movie.
It was good. I didn't know how it did in box office. It did okay.
So it did not have a good opening weekend.
Oh.
It didn't have a good opening weekend, but then thankfully word of mouth spread around, and then it slowly became a sleeper hit.
Oh,
and it thankfully it made a lot of its money. It made its money back. It was it was a fantastic movie, but yeah, it just Disney was just not on their game. They were not. And now we, with D23, everything else that's coming out, like Disney, if you listen to your fans, you'll do great. Look at how Deadpool and Wolverine did. We just thought about telling a good story. We did not involve any ideals or we didn't push anything, our ideas, whatever, onto the audience. We just told a story. Because people, when we watch a movie, depending on what the topic is, we go to the movies to escape. We watch the movie to escape the outside world. And when you try to inject, when you try to put in some stuff in there, you're gonna lose your money, and you're definitely gonna divide your audience. So that, don't get me wrong, there there are stuff that we need to hear, absolutely,
of course, yeah.
But there are other things that people are just gonna be like, please don't. Please stop. Like, I didn't.
Hey, man. Yeah. I agree. All right. If you had one wish, what would it be?
I guess, it would be knowing that I will be happy and successful till the day that I die. That would be a really great wish.
That'd be an amazing wish.
It would be an amazing wish.
Indeed, it would be. Bobby, thank you, brother. That's all I got, man.
Thank you, Marcel.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for being a great host. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being so transparent, brother.